What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Got heroes for you guys. We brought it to locals this past weekend, and I gotta say, I was not disappointed. The deck ran extremely well. Got a couple wins. I wasn't able to join the envelope tournament for the Worlds promos or whatever, but I was able to get in some side matches with some good decks. You know, I played Shining Sark, Malice, Salomon Greats, that's still a deck, and some other stuff too. I mean, overall I went 3-1. We did lose to Malice, sadly. We did go to game 3, but everything else I played, it was the one matchup I had that was a grind game was against Shining DM. That was over at Dark Magician Tactics. He's got a pretty good build for that, but you know, it gave me a hard time as far as resources. But overall, great match. It's I did post that video the other day, so if you haven't got a chance to go look at that video, go check it out. But this is going to be the profile. I hope you guys enjoy. It is 43 cards, and we have been working on the ratios. I think I got it to a list that is comfortable for me right now. Some things that will probably change in the future, but as of right now, it runs excellent. But let's jump into it. We have 3 Stratos. I know in one of my other videos I had this at 2. I thought for this the other day that I thought 3 would probably work out better, just to get that normal summon, because we are running Ferris. You know, spoiler alert, but just to be able to summon it to get something in hand to discard, I think it was good. It never came up to where I had 2 in hand where I didn't need that second copy. So overall it worked out very well, and we'll probably keep it like that for right now, but we'll see how it goes this coming weekend. I do plan on running Heroes again, so we'll go with that. And then the next locals I'm going to, it's a great group of guys. You know, everyone's pretty much running, you know, like Yummy, K9, Vanquish Soul, all that stuff, and we'll really put it to the test. I didn't really prepare for hardcore meta at the locals I went to. But going forward, we have 1 Neos, we have 1 Shadow Mist, and we have the 1 Liquid Soldier. I do think that this is still viable. You know, it's a different attribute for Neos as far as going to your wingman plays. The draw 2, discard 1 is excellent. You know, it's hard to say that's not good. I think it's great, so we're still on it. You know, in the future we may cut it, but right now it's pretty solid. We have 3 Ferris, 1 Vion, 1 Increase. I could run this at 0. It'll still be in my opening hand, so I don't think running it at 2 is the right play. You know, I wanted to pride myself on this build by not having bricks, and I think by cutting down on a lot of the bricks, although the deck count is at 43, I didn't see a lot of bricks. The only time I really considered drawing a brick was when I drew Poly or Miracle Fusion in my opening hand. But other than that, I mean, obviously I did see this in my opening hand once or twice, and I just played around it. We ended up going into Plasma, and, you know, GG's. You know, we took game 1 easy against Malice and just got wrecked the next 2 games. Never drew into my side deck. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, these are the ratios. I think in the future I may put this at 2, but I find that either one, like if I put this at 2 or this at 2, I always seem to draw the extra copy, and I don't want to see the extra copies. I don't want to see these cards. So if I put more copies in the deck, I do feel like that gives me a better chance of seeing them. So leaving with 1, you just take the gamble. I feel like it's worth it. You know, if you draw either one, it is what it is. You just play your hand. If you're a good hero player, you can find a ways around it. For the Destiny package, we have 3 Malicious, 1 Denier, and like I said earlier, the 1 Plasma. I tried something really crazy and ran Malicious at 2 during testing, and that was not good. I always needed the 3rd one, so don't do that. Don't be crazy. But this was good. Denier was always helpful, and Plasma Dark Law is still just excellent. Plasma DPE is still goated. You know, a lot of players don't even know how to get around this. It's crazy, and they always forget that he can equip one of your opponent's cards, so it's amazing. The only hand trap I run in the deck is Perulia. I think this is the best hand trap in this format with K9 running around, and hand traps, they're never going to go away. So I think Charmy is Veruli is going to be the best one to go with. We ran more of a board breaker type build because I feel like when you play against Yummy and decks like that, it doesn't matter how much you hand trap. Even if you hand trap the right place, people running Yummy, they pretty much know how to play around it. So I think the board breaker approach is kind of the best way to go. We went 3 droplet, MVP of the deck. You know, like, this is so good. It's unreal how good this card is in Heroes. You know, it gets rid of the, wasted cards in your hand. Negate 1 or 2 cards on the board, and it's just great. Second MVP was Book of Eclipse. This, be honest with you, this got ashed more than any card in the deck, and that's wild. Nobody wants their stuff flipped. It's pretty crazy. For the spells, we do 3 hero lives. I think that will always be a standard. I also try, like I said, I've been trying different things because I want to make this deck as consistent as possible. And so I tried putting this at 1, at 2, and it just never worked out. Every time I drew this, I needed it. So there was one hand where all I had was a hero lives, and it was able to just circle me into some plays. Not to mention, if you can get first turn Dark Law, a lot of times people will just scoop because they can't get in their graveyard. We did 2 Fusion Destiny. I think 3 is too much. It's a great card, DPE is awesome, but I think the goal of this deck, for me personally, wasn't to get to DPE. If you get to him, great, but you'll see why I run it at 2. There's a specific reason, but I think 2 is the right ratio. I do think 3 is a little too much. For the spells, fusion spells, we have 1 Poly. We did get the new Miracle Fusion. It is sick. It's beautiful. We got the 1 Mass Change. We got the Rhoda. We have Foolish Burial, and then we got the 1 tech card. We put in E-Call. So this was supposed to be Pot of Prosperity. I cannot find it. I don't know where it's at. So we went with E-Call, and if I'm going to be honest, I used E-Call more than I ever thought I would for it being a one-of. I just went ahead and searched Neos and just took the chance if they had Droll. If that was my only play, go Poly, and then GG's, man. Like, that's it. A little change from one of my other builds. We are going to do 3 Thrust. This pretty much searches everything in your deck. So if I get Drolled or something, not Drolled, but like Ashed or something like that. Droll's really, I haven't seen Droll all weekend. I don't believe. Maybe I saw Droll once. I don't know. But when I did see Droll, it didn't matter. But the rest of the spells, we got 1 Talents. We put Dark Ruler No More in the deck now because now we can search it. We basically run 4 of every spell you have at 1 pretty much. And then we have 1 Call By, and the last card is Favorite Contact. And that's it for the main deck. Like I say, guys, it ran really, really well. It was very consistent. I'm very, very pleased with how it came out. And I can't say I would change too much, but we'll see how this coming weekend goes. We'll be more prepared for meta. But we're going to go ahead and go in the extra deck. We have 2 Dark Law. Like I said, I was supposed to have Pot of Prosperity, so one of them was really to get rid of off of Prosperity. But I did go into Dark Law. It felt like every match, so I can't say he wasn't useful. We got the 1 Infernal Rage, the 1 Shining, 1 Wake Up, 1 Hero Sunrise, and the Absolute Zero. That's it for the Element Hero Fusions. We got the big boy, quite literally won a game, playing against Tactics, 5,000 beater, just beat over all this stuff, knocked him out. The 1 DPE, I do think the other Dark Law would be DPE if I had another one, but that's kind of where we are. We have the 2 Cross Crusaders, the 1 Driver, 1 Devicer, and then just 2 tech cards in the extra deck. We got 1 SP and 1 Typhon. And that's the extra deck. I did have a side, but like I said, this was for a more or less a weaker locals, with, you know, all due respect, but it's not as meta heavy, so it wasn't. It's also, I guess, kind of difficult to prepare for that. But we went ahead and did the thrust target for barrier, Phantasme for anything that's really link deck, which is everything. I played this against the Salad player, and I always was able to resolve him. Always got him out. We had Lancia for the one Malice guy. Never drew into him. Believe it probably would have saved me if I drew it. We have 3 Droll. We have 3 Imperm, and then 3 Ash. I would say that if I had Perulia, I wouldn't run Imperm in the side, but that's kind of what I'm dealt with. It's kind of weird I have Perulias and not Fualos. So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much the deck. Yeah, like I said, it ran very well. You know, we went 3-1. All the matchups were very well. I never felt like I was out of any game. The only game that felt, I guess, like I couldn't win was game 2 against Malice, and that's only because he went full board. I didn't have but one starter in hand, and then the guy that's playing Malice, he's one of my best friends. He knows how I play this deck, so it's easy to hit some of the cards I've got. He knows where my chokeholds are. But other than that, it went very well. You know, again, and I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about the deck count? What do you think about the ratios? Do you think I should add anything? Do you think I should take something out? If you enjoy deck profiles like this, if you enjoy heroes, if you want to see something else, definitely let me know. I'll answer everybody in the comment section, so don't be afraid to hit me up. You know, like I'll always respond to you, but that's all I got. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I'll see y'all in the next one, guys.